What is up, T.O.Gs? We've got another new rider tip coming at you here on the crappiest road in town. How about that? But we're going to talk today on a new rider tip, and this is one that I think is actually pretty important. Something that I've talked about before, but I think that I didn't hit on this topic as thoroughly as I wanted to. And also there was a follow-up video done by the fabulous T.O.G, who had something to say on this topic as well, and I'm gonna piggyback on her piggyback of my video, and I think she'll be okay with that. You're okay with that, right, T.O.G? Yeah, I think you are. But that new rider tip that I wanted to talk to you about is the fear of riding.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now you might say, what are you talking about? The fear of riding? If you're riding a motorcycle, how could you be afraid? Well, take it from me. I know from more than one rider, and especially coming from new riders that I've talked to, that when they first learned to ride, they were afraid to ride on the highway. They were afraid to ride on the street, right? They wanted to get out in the parking lot and stay there, and they didn't want to get out on the street. Even after they got their bike, they're afraid to ride on the road. First of all, let me say this is normal. Absolutely normal to have that fear of riding. I think what happens when you have that fear, it's a good thing. But also, let me have a little asterisk with that comment. Having that fear of riding is okay, but if it's a paralyzing, I don't want to leave the house, I don't even want to put my helmet on because I'm afraid to get on the bike, and I'm afraid what might happen if I ride on the street, I don't think that's a healthy fear of riding. The fear of riding that I'm talking about is that kind of like, you know, maybe your palms get sweaty, you might have butterflies when you get on your bike. That fear, I think, is okay, and the reason I say that that's okay is that when you have that heightened sense of, and we'll call it fear, when you have that heightened sense, and you get on your motorcycle, you're faster to react, right? You've got more adrenaline pumping, so the more adrenaline, sometimes the better. And what happens is it helps you react faster. It helps you to be more aware of what's going on the road, and eventually you'll get to the point where you can put on a camera and you can slap a camera on your bike and you can feel comfortable riding around without having to worry about every little thing, because all these things come a little more naturally. But if you have that fear of riding, that's okay. It really is okay. So let's talk about, though, what to do if you have that fear of riding, because again, that happens to all of us. If you don't want to get on back roads yet, even, is find roads closer to where you live or where you park your bike, and be a tourist in your own town, right? You're gonna have a different experience riding around your town than you do when you drive around town, right? You might have driven a street 100 times or 1,000 times even, and you'll see things when you ride that you didn't see when you drove down that road. So yeah, be a tourist in your own town. That's my first tip. My second tip is, while you're driving around your town, find places to pull over where they're safe. You know, find the roads that would be good to ride your motorcycle on, and where you feel like you would be the most comfortable and you would have the most confidence riding on, because you don't want to get on a road where you don't know where you're going. That might lead to a road where the only way to keep going forward is to get on a highway or to get on a back road, right? That's bad news, especially if you have that fear of riding on said roads. So you want to plan ahead. Definitely plan ahead. And I'm not just talking about, you know, make a Google Maps route of where you want to go. You know, drive that route. Again, like I said, find the places where you can park, where you need to if you need to stop, where you're not going to be pulling over on gravel or anything like that, or on the dirt on the side of the road or a muddy road. Definitely don't do that. So that kind of leads me to my next tip, which is, when you ride these roads or drive these roads, notice what is on the shoulder, because especially in the fall or in the spring, when trees are like when they get these little caterpillars, right, the little little things that fall out of the tree. If you got almond trees and they're shedding all this stuff, you can't. You don't want to be pulling over where there's lots of leaves or debris on the ground, even if it looks like the shoulder here where it's just sidewalk. There's a big field here with grass, you know, and if they cut the grass and there's a bunch of grass clippings on the side of the road there, that's bad news, especially for a new rider. You know, your foot starts slipping and you panic and you might drop your bike. And anytime you do that, especially as a new rider, you have the potential to hurt yourself, and you don't want to do that. Most of the solution to this fear of riding is just planning ahead. And if you've got anxiety or you have that fear, I think people who feel that way, and I can say so in my case because I do have anxiety, the best thing for me to do when I have anxiety is to make sure that I know what's happening ahead. So I plan ahead. You know, I don't have anxiety when I ride, so I don't really worry about that as far as planning my ride. But I would definitely say for a new rider, that's something that you're going to want to do. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today on this new rider tip or this new rider topic. If you think I missed something on this topic, please leave it in the comments, because it won't only just help me, it's going to help any new riders that are watching this video. And if you're a new rider and you've tried these tips, go ahead and leave it in the comments and give me your feedback. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, please indicate so by hitting that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Guys, if you're out there riding, be safe. And if you're not riding, get riding. I'm that one guy, and I am out.